Happy Monday, everyone. I'm United Cajun Navy lead meteorologist Jeff George, and our new weather team is locked and loaded for hurricane season 2024, which should be super interesting at the very least. Now, I just wanted to let you know that if you're looking for hype, sensationalism, clickbait, and that kind of thing, you've definitely come to the wrong place. If you're skeptical about that, I would be too, because it really sucks how much misinformation and disinformation is out there. But my weather career started over 32 years ago in the United States Air Force. I did about 10 years active duty and then started my broadcast career in 1999. And by the way, that was in Alexandria, Louisiana. So I've mostly been a TV weatherman the past 25 years. I spent 15 of those years as the chief meteorologist in Oklahoma City, and then came to the University of Florida in that same role in 2022. So I'm loaded with experience in severe and tropical weather and leading coverage through devastating events. Now, I joined the Oklahoma National Guard in 2016, and I was the lead forecaster on the state's Joint Task Force. And now I'm a reservist at MacDill Air Force Base, and that's in Florida. So I've built my career on responsible, accurate forecasting, and I swear I know of no other way to do it. And it's really just all I know. So the minute that you see something on the internet or social media that you think is trying to scare you or bait you or freak you out, please just come here and we'll cut through all the BS, I promise. So even though you'll have to see it to believe it, please consider us a trusted source. And we're so very proud also to announce that today we are officially launching UCN Weather Watch. So expect weekly weather videos, regional forecasts, tropical updates, any weather hazards that may impact or bother you in the coming days. Of course, we'll also focus on preparation and safety education. So if you have to respond, you'll know when and how to do it. That's really important to us. Now, during highly impactful events and emergencies, our UCN weather team will be responding and reporting from the field, and we'll have footage on that and footage of our drone and storm chasing partners, and some of that will be exclusive. As far as technology goes, so get this. We've partnered with one of the most respected providers of critical weather intelligence in the world called Barron Weather, and we have invested in a product called Barron ThreatNet, and this will allow us to evaluate current and forecasted weather hazards, and that's so we're always on top of things for you. And this product will look as good or maybe even better as your local TV stations and what they're cranking out. We'll be tracking significant, severe, and tropical weather to include tornado outbreaks, widespread flooding, as well as hurricanes, you name it. And that will help you prepare for any impactful event and also keep the United Cajun Navy as safe as possible during our response and recovery efforts. So right now I want to show you some features and give you a regional forecast if that's cool. So let me go ahead and slide over here. I want to show you, this is Barron ThreatNet. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is the regional radar, and you start to see some alerts across the area too. You don't really see a whole heck of a lot. If you take a look at the whole U.S., really, you see some heat advisories and heat alerts out to the west. It's a few severe thunderstorm warnings along the southeast coast, and of course around the south and southeast, especially here in Louisiana, what you see to include East Texas are a bunch of flood advisories and flood alerts, and those are left over from the past week or so, because we've just been getting drenched and hammered with heavy rain and severe weather. But this week's forecast is really not all that interesting and all that eventful, actually. So this is the radar. And I can put that in motion for you so you can see some isolated to scattered showers. And, those are all across Texas and Louisiana. Let me go ahead and pause that for you because we can look at future radar. We can look at high resolution radar. I'm going to turn off this forecast models because I'm going to get to that here in just a few minutes. But again, currently across the area, Louisiana, some coastal showers and storms we can see down here. And then as you go towards East Texas, Nacogdoches and Lufkin, see some clusters of storms as well. Texas, as huge as that thing is, you don't see really a lot of action. Same thing in Oklahoma City. If we head up towards Arkansas, through Tornado Alley in the Midwest, pretty quiet, really. Not much to write home about. And then over here for our friends in the Southeast and Florida, yep. Got some sea breeze thunderstorms starting to kick in along the Atlantic coast, not much more than that. But Central and South Florida could be looking at some flooding here over the next several days with a pretty active weather pattern. And then we have South Carolina off the South North Carolina coast, some showers and storms moving offshore. Okay. And, of course, the one thing that we're all interested in is the latest NHC, National Hurricane Center update. No tropical cyclone activity is expected in the next 7 days. And of course, so that would mean no severe or tropical weather is expected in the next 48 hours either. But I do want to show you a disturbance that maybe you heard about that may get going in the Gulf sometime next week. So again, not much to worry about here for the next 48 hours to 7 days, but we always got to keep a sharp eye on the tropics to include the Gulf of Mexico, especially at this time of year. So let's go ahead and take a look at this forecast model. I want to show this to you. Okay, so we're going to look at some other models here in just a little bit. This is just one of my favorites. So you see the rest of this week. Here you see Louisiana, and you see a big chunk of the U.S., but focus just south of Louisiana, Mississippi. So this is as we head into the weekend. You're going to start to see on Sunday, which is right here. Okay, this is Saturday and the Sunday. Let me check my timestamp. Sunday morning, you start to see an area of low pressure or disturbed weather form in the Gulf just south of Louisiana and Mississippi. Okay, and that area or that wave of low pressure starts to come on shore. Now, this is just one forecast model, by the way. We are getting some consensus and agreement. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be tropical or subtropical or anything like that. Again, this is just an area of low pressure that looks like will increase the rain for sure, the winds a little bit as we go into next week. So this, what we're looking at here, is Monday into Tuesday. And even as that system comes on shore, this is Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday next week. Look at that wet weather pattern that we have setting up from Louisiana into Arkansas, Mississippi, and all throughout most of the Southeast. Okay, so just wanted to make sure you're aware of that, and we're going to keep a sharp eye on that for you. The only thing we have to be concerned about right now is to prepare for some wet weather or wetter weather or bigger soaking as we go into next week, because this week, Central and South U.S. not really looking at a ton of action. All right, now I want to show you our Storm Prediction Center products, okay? Because now we're back to Bear and ThreatNet again, and I can load our severe weather outlooks on here for you. So this is the SPC, straight from the SPC, and you know our marginal risk, slight risk, enhanced risk, all the way up to a high risk. So for today, any kind of severe weather will be concentrated along the southeast coast or southeast U.S., let's say, into South Carolina and Georgia, South Alabama, and North Florida. And another risk area picks up over here, marginal to slight. That means isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms, mostly wind and hail. Isolated tornadoes are possible too. That's West Texas into New Mexico and heading north into Colorado Springs and Colorado, actually. Okay, really nothing else going on there across the central U.S. Okay, that's for today. For tomorrow, this is your severe outlook for tomorrow. And almost in the same place in Texas, there's a bullseye there over central Texas and south of Dallas and DFW. Maybe some splotchy severe weather into New Mexico and Colorado Springs. Anything along the East Coast and Florida, southeast U.S., very isolated marginal severe weather. So no big concerns there. And if you want to take it out into Wednesday, it's for fun. Wednesday, the severe risks are even lower. So we don't really see any significant severe weather or organized severe weather in the central and south. But as you head up here, a pretty strong system comes out of Canada, and we're looking at isolated to scattered severe weather possible from Nebraska into Iowa, of course, Minnesota, and parts of the Great Lakes. Now, I do want to show you our forecast models, and this is going to forecast precipitation across the U.S. Alrighty, let's turn off the severe weather alerts or the severe outlooks. And what we're looking at right now is forecasted precipitation. And you know what? Let's get down here to Louisiana. Let's look at the South U.S. For the next couple of days, okay? Again, what we're going to see here is forecasted precipitation. Showers, thunderstorms, that kind of thing. You're not going to see the timestamp, so I'm going to have to call them out for you. Okay, let's zoom out just a little bit more. I want to get right about here, closer to Louisiana, okay? And Texas and Mississippi, you see as we head into the afternoon, all the action is going to be isolated to scattered. We get clusters of showers and thunderstorms in the DFW area, central Louisiana, really just kind of scattered activity. Of course, we'll see sea breeze, thunderstorms along the Gulf Coast. That always happens, just so typical. And if we zoom out a little bit more, and again, this is this evening around 8, 9 o'clock. And if we continue through this forecast model here and take a look at the precipitation overnight, of course, things quiet down as usual, except for central Florida. You see Tampa, Sarasota heading down towards Fort Myers. A stalled out cold front is going to cause a ton of showers and thunderstorms and some flooding rains. This is down here towards Florida, so I've got to pay attention for central and south Florida the next few days for some flooding rains. Texas is going to be busy, but things are going to be pretty spread out as far as showers and thunderstorms. So this is when you wake up tomorrow morning, you see any kind of thunderstorm activity across the south is mainly going to be in South Texas. Clusters of showers and thunderstorms. And as we go into, as we go into your Wednesday and Wednesday afternoon, showers and thunderstorms isolated to scattered and pretty spread out and mostly coastal. So again, Florida is really going to get hammered. There's one place in the south that's going to get hammered a lot with showers and thunderstorms the next couple of days will be central South Texas and central and South Florida. Okay, this goes into Wednesday. Now, if we back this up and take the model through, let's see the central U.S. Yeah, let's take a look at this area here. All right, so heading into this afternoon, not a lot of action. Again, South Carolina, lines of showers and thunderstorms. Same thing with the Texas Panhandle. Not much going on through the Midwest. Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. Now we're into, this here is tomorrow morning and tomorrow afternoon. You can see Oklahoma City pretty busy in the central and west parts of Oklahoma. Besides that, you don't see a lot going on. Okay, we got high pressure taking over, and we'll take that for now. And then this is going into Wednesday morning. So when you wake up Wednesday morning, central U.S., East Coast, look at that. Not much action, very splotchy, isolated showers and thunderstorms, everything kind of spotty and few and far between. Okay. Now, again, this is just kind of a general forecast for you, because please keep in mind, as time goes on, these forecasts that I'm giving you right now will be much more detailed. So right now, this is just an introduction to everything. I hope I've given you a pretty good idea of your severe weather alerts, your hazards, and general rainfall here for the next few days. Okay. A couple other things I want to show you, about what we have going on here at the United Cajun Navy, and the weather team and the UCN Weather Watch that we are launching today. We're going to be launching new Barron hurricane products later on this week, and that's what you see up there right now. They're called Q Risk Storm Surge and Hurricane Wind Speed Forecast. Now, this will provide address level information up to 5 days before landfall, and this info makes it so easy to keep you out of harm's way, to identify the areas of the highest impacts. And that's for you, that's for UCN and our partners to stage resources ahead of landfall. I'll demo that like a little bit later on this week or next week, depending on when we get it loaded into the system. And so if you're wondering why we're doing all this, and because we do care about you and your safety, and we have the resources to make a big difference. So we just want you to be prepared, you and your families to be prepared, because knowing that you're ready, if you know you're ready to respond, that gives you peace of mind. And peace of mind means that instead of panicking, you can quickly and calmly execute your safety plan and take care of business. And we'll be talking about safety plans on and off and often from here on out. And of course, we're also doing this so UCN can better be prepared, or be better prepared at all times, and we can be proactive instead of reactive when it comes to big, significant events or emergencies, because when it comes to those situations, minutes matter, and that's important to all of us. So the UCN weather team, just so you know, will be providing these weather reports on Mondays and Fridays and anytime in between. And of course, really depending on how the weather behaves. Let me make sure I've covered everything here for you. I'm just going on over my notes here real quick. Everything looks good to me for right now. And I just really look forward to be working with you all and to being a part of the UCN weather team. And this is going to be some cool stuff. Okay, I promise. So and please remember, UCN always needs your help, support, donations, and volunteering. So go to that website you have there on your screen, UnitedCajunNavy.org, for more information. Until next time, please stay safe and cool. From the United Cajun Navy Weather Watch UCN Weather Team, I'm Jeff George. United is strength.